Stephanus Cornelius Bays. I'm 20, almost 21. I'm studying fine art and English.
Yeah,
And I have a really cool zine that I edit called CAPSLOCK, and a really great team behind me, with me, beside me. I was very uncomfortable with this idea of myself being gay. I always thought, you know, I'm just different. I'm just, you know, really in touch with whatever. When I was about 14, 15, I went to a very good friend of mine's house, and I was for some reason totally obsessed with this French Cosmo that I bought from the George Library, and it had this shoot with this really tall girl. And my friend's mom said, yeah, you really like this because this model is what you'd look like as a girl. And then I sort of took that and I somehow turned that into, maybe I'm transsexual, you know, maybe I am straight, but maybe I'm a heterosexual woman. And that was a really big thing, and I went through a lot of turmoil with that between about ages 16 to just before I turned 18, to the extent that I've had major depression issues, obviously, because of this. Tried to kill myself, and then I made it my mission to actually try and get on hormone therapy, and I went to Skier. My mom and I drove down to Skier, and she was very supportive. She was very upset by it. And I went to the Triangle group in the observatory. They had a transgender support group, and first time I actually met transgendered people, and I remember being super frightened, and then realizing that perhaps this wasn't for me, and then crying in the shower when we got back from Cape Town, you know. I'm actually gay, and I don't have to be a girl to love men. And yeah, that's finding sexual development.
So, what is your idea of masculinity?
At the moment, I don't think masculinity exists. Yeah.
Can you elaborate?
Well, it's this is very...
No, it's pretty seductive as part of it.
Sort of very Tumblr influenced critical theory I've got going at the moment, but doing CAPSLOCK especially, and being at university, I'm moving towards a place where I'm realizing that masculinity is another construct of the othering process. I mean, initially I think there was a break between physically men and women because of the whole hunter-gatherer, primitive, primordial man lifestyle, but then to instate some sort of hierarchy, masculinity was constructed as something very different from femininity, and I think that both masculinity and femininity don't exist. You know, we're just people, and what genitals you have shouldn't really influence who you are, your construction of self.
Okay, so how does masculinity and power, how do you feel about that? Like the general masculine behaviors and codes and conventions, like, you know, the dominance and...
A lot of the times when I see it, and I'm not benefiting from it, I get very angry a lot faster. Like by weird ethoses like, you're a man, you're a gentleman, you're a truth person, structure, promotion, you're in a leadership role, so you have to be a man, you have to be a gentleman, like that sort of thing, and that actually made me so physically angry.
Let's talk about CAPSLOCK. How did it start? When did it start? Why did it start?
So my original plan this last winter break was to stay in Cape Town and work, and then I had to fuck up. I was staying with a friend of mine for free, and I went for this waitering job in Friederhoek, restaurant shall not be named, and this guy came to me and said he was the owner, and he gave me a shot to like say, welcome, it's your first trip, and I thought this was cool. And by the end of the night, it turned out he was gay, and he was actually asking me to go home with him, and I just felt so dirty and gross. And then ended up going home and just staying by myself for the whole holiday. I'm still quite traumatized feeling about it. I mean, a lot of my friends, I've sort of said get over it, and I haven't spoken to them about it because of that, because I do feel pathetic, but yeah. And I watched documentary on Kathleen Hanna and Bratmobile and Riot Girl and their zine movement, and I think with that experience and listening to Bikini Kill, their lyrics just, it really empowered me a lot, and I thought, I don't get this from Rainbow UCT. I mean, sorry Rainbow UCT, but I don't get this from you. We're on bad terms at the moment. I don't get this from the varsity. I don't get this from Pink Week. And I shouldn't just be getting it because I'm gay, or more people need to see this. What friends, I need to do something with my life as well. I need to start something. And this is the thing I'm going to start. This is the niche I see. So I messaged Kieran and was like, let's do a zine. Let's make a zine. Let's do it super. And one thing led to another, and I sort of messaged all my friends who I sort of felt did a cool writery thing, or a cool design thing, or whatever, or felt like it. And 3 issues later, yeah, it's really taken off, and all of my friends have been so supportive, and that's CAPSLOCK. It's, I mean, I haven't written myself a lot, but being able to see firstly that I'm not alone, that everybody has these feelings. I mean, unfortunately, not a lot of men have been able to vocalize this, or I haven't found the guys who want to vocalize this. But that's why I think it's important, being able to hear that, like, other people are scared of being touched by strange men. Other people are scared of getting a job. Other people are scared of walking past builders because they're scared of being catcalled. I didn't know that. I thought I was the only one. And having other people makes me feel better, and that's actually why I started it, to make me feel better. In my dream world, I will be able to be, a strange gimp, lumberjack